also going to record myself.
That's fine. TY Mix. Love music, love life. Smooth 98.1. That is the sound that brings us into Smooth Explorer every Saturday morning from 9 o'clock. It's all about, well, music is part of it. We have great chat, information, and fun generally. And today is going to be a different day. Very, very interesting, I bet. And you should be looking forward to it because I have a special guest. I said it earlier when I was giving a rundown of the show. For about 2 or 3 weeks now, we've been asking questions on culture and taking your thoughts, especially in the 7 o'clock hour. So I thought, okay, how about we take this a step further? And then I have someone who actually is very, very active in that space, somebody who loves history, who documents it, who just goes beyond we need to preserve our culture and values and goes extra for it. And then a little bit of my guest, he is an archivist. He's a historian, a writer, senior curator with the Nigerian Brazil Public History Project. He's also an associate fellow, Royal Historical Society. Now, you know that thing with Nigeria where you start up doing something and then you go into another. I'll give you a quick rundown. So, my guest started by studying estate management at the greatest university in the whole of Africa. That is Obafemi Awolowo University. Yes, proudly one graduate of that. And then he went on to study integrated branding and copywriting at Orange Academy. And then he did business and marketing development at the Lagos Entrepreneurial Business School. Then he decided to do copyright and intellectual property law from the Institute of Advanced Legal Studies at the University of Lagos, and then ended it up with Harvard Copyright and program from Harvard Law School. He has done a lot and lot of things, and he is the creative director and the founder of Ashiri magazine. So that already gives you who my guest is. That magazine is Nigeria's foremost vanguard when it comes to history, great archival content, and well-researched content. Currently, he serves as the senior curator of the Nigerian Brazilian Public History Project and also, like I mentioned, an associate fellow of the Royal Historical Society. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me clap if you can as I welcome my guest, Oludamola Oladile Adebowale. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Sean. How are you
Oh,
doing?
yeah, I should give you a round of applause. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I am fine, thank you. And your profile, of course, there was no way I could read all of that
I
because
know.
there is a lot that you have done. And then there is that central theme, which is culture, history, and great content. But despite all of this, the first place I want to start is, do you consider what you do? Do you consider it a passion? Do you consider it a job? Do you consider it a necessity? And this is why I ask that. Now, no doubt, I think you're passionate about what you do. That's what keeps you on going. But do you think it's a case of somebody needs to do this because we do not have so much history preserved here in Nigeria? And you feel, okay, well, since nobody's doing it, I can as well do it. So, do you consider it a job, passion, is necessity, or how would you describe it to somebody who wonders why you do what you do?
I'll probably say passion. For me, I've always been passionate about things that I go into. If I'm not passionate about an adventure, you won't see me going into it or putting my hands into it. And the major reason, I mean, the number one reason why I started actually was that I was bored. I was bored with my regular job, not really a regular job. So I used to work with an art agency in Cape Town. I was a Nigerian country manager, and I just wanted something more to life. I wanted something more than just the usual. I wanted to create something that would leave a legacy behind, and obviously, with knowing my background and my history of where I come from, there was a strong need for me to see how we can preserve this history. For me, it wasn't just about my family history. It was just about the history of Nigeria and Yoruba people and Igbo people and Hausa people and Benin people. And I felt like somebody needs to do this thing because I mean, I learned history from school. I mean, even in secondary school, I remember we had Yoruba and we had Yoruba literature. We had English and we had English literature, very extensive. But a lot of what we learned back then in school was the colonial days, the Mango Park, and that, and none of our great Nigerians and nationalists doing the amazing exploits that they did back then. And I just wanted to do something different. I was kind of tired with the regular job I was doing, and then for me it was just the passion and leaving something behind at the end of the day.
Wow.
Yeah,
So, what have you found? What are some of the things that you have discovered as a result of this journey about Nigeria, about our history?
a lot,
We
a
have all,
lot,
we
a
have all.
lot, a lot. Ashuri is going to be nine. Ashuri is going to be 10 next year, so that's like a decade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely we for somebody who checks up or who goes to check up your content on Ashiri, there are lots that you put there, the pictures, the stories.
Mm-hmm.
But aside what we find there in terms of the content you put out, for you personally, that's what I mean. What are some of the things that you've found that, for instance, is it that there are some people who are deliberately holding people back from knowing about their history? Maybe that could be a conspiracy theory, or what are just some of those things that you have unearthed and you discovered that, oh, something is way deep in here.
Well, first of all, I can't really say there's a conspiracy theory. I would say it's more like a deliberate act. I mean, for me, I really don't even still know today why history is not. I mean, history as a subject was removed in a curriculum, both on every level, and it's like going down a rabbit hole. The more you go into in this space, the more you dig trying to know about Nigerian history, the more you come up and you see some things. Now the thing is this, yeah, there's some information you choose to share via social media, and there's some information you choose not to share via social media. But the most extensive or the most important thing for me is like the more I study, the more I do my research, the more I see how beautiful, how mind blowing, how amazing the Nigerian history is. For a lot of individuals who've done amazing exploits back from the 1940s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and you ask yourself like, why are we not studying these people? Why are we not looking at their lifestyle? Why are we not looking at the amazing achievement that they've put in place to make Nigeria as a country the pride of the world or the pride of Africa? So it's sad. It's sad in so many ways, but at the same time, my job is to keep bringing this narrative to the frontier and just keep talking about it and let people know different individual, different situations, different exploits that the Nigerians have made over the last 100 years, if I may say.
Okay, so you're a curator, you're a lot of things. Tell me, take us through some of your curating process. For instance, what determines what you want to put out? Or is it that you already have so much that you just put out, you feel like, okay, maybe today this suits the mood of the country or the people, or this is what they should know about. How do you go about cooling your content and what determines what you put out there? Because, like you mentioned, there are some things that can be shared, there are some things that should just be held back. So, what determines what you put out there? And also, how do you get it? Because these are things we do not even know the accuracy. How do you ensure the accuracy of what you put out there?
Okay, what determines what I put out there? I really can't say anything specific. I just go with the flow. I go with the mood. I come up with something that has to be educative enough. It has to be very informative. For what everything we've done on the Ashuri Magazine platform is not something you can see anywhere else. Maybe after we put it on the page, then now start seeing it on different blogs and stuff. But we've always had this attitude of groundbreaking information or historical narratives on Nigerian history, and it's a lot of research. It's a lot of research. It's a lot of buying of books. Somebody was telling me like, I really want to see how big your library is. My library is pretty extensive, but not that extensive. I'm still trying to get more. The online library, the offline library. It's a lot of research. It's a lot of digging into foreign archival portals all over the world. and it's a lot of reading actually for you to know some things or fact find check something. So we don't see ourselves as the final check when it comes to history. We don't see ourselves as the last bus stop, if I may say. For us, it's just like we put this information out there and we just let people know. Let's discuss on it. Then half of the time, a lot of our followers come up with more narrative and say, you know what, this was how it happened. This date is not correct. So for us, it even helps us to add more information to the existing body of work that we have. So we are not saying the platform is the final. No, 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 no. We don't put it out there to say we are the authority. We put it out there to say, you know what, this is what we have seen. Okay, you guys, let us add more information to it. The other day, I shared a picture on, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, and somebody sent me a DM. I said, you know what, the man standing beside the Oba of Lagos in this photo is Raymond Njoko. And I was like, okay, the film. I mean, everybody knows Raymond Njoko Street on Victoria Island, and this is the man. So I just went back to it. So we have this offline way of storing more information. So we go back to edit it and check man standing beside the Oba of Lagos is Raymond Njoko to make it more accurate in terms of what the information we've seen. But over the years, we have beautiful, well read, great people on our Instagram page, on our Facebook, on our Twitter page. So when we put up information, they're always quick to tell us this is the accurate date, this is what happened, this is what happened. Then at the end of the day, it helps us to have our Akava bank becomes more accurate than ever. There are a lot of misconceptions with names and photos and date in foreign archive. You could see somebody as important as God knows who, and they say man standing beside a tree, and that man is like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, putting on our platform helps people to identify the subject matter or add more context to the thing we are looking at. And at the end of the day, it's a community. It's not a one man thing. Actually, it's not about me. I mean, up until 3 4 years ago, a lot of people don't even know what I look like. They don't even know me with the brand because I decided to just stay off the grid. But it's a community, so it's not just a one man thing. It's a platform for Nigerians to learn about Nigerian history and to add more to it. So that's why all our comment in our comment section, you always see different bants and arguments and stuff. And at the end of the day, it's all love. It's all about learning. At the end of the day.
Mm. Have you ever had a case where something you posted sparked a
Countless times, countless. I've had a few online, offline controversies. I've had a few issues that's gone out of proportion, and people will
Mm.
start sending you messages and threats and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah, but for me, I really don't get worried with all those things. It's not. I've never been worried.
Mm.
You know, a lot of people are very emotional when it comes to Nigerian history. I say Nigerians are very emotional people, and it just shows how important our history is. And you know, I get calls and I get all those. If you do this, we'll find you. Nah, for me, I don't know why, but I've never been bothered. I've never been bothered.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, there are a lot of things I would like to know, but first, let's go to another aspect of what you do.
Okay.
You've curated exhibitions,
Uh-huh.
countless exhibitions for juggernauts and characters and notable personalities like Wole Soyinka, like Chief Ebenezer Obi, many other organizations, including even the Ogun State government, I believe. But let's stick with the personalities. What informed the choice of those people? Or were they the ones that came to you, or you decided, okay, this man is so noteworthy. This man deserves, in fact, a star on every walkway you can find, and I should do this? Or was it a job or part of your passion?
For me, like I said when we first started the show, if I'm not passionate about it, I won't do it.
Mm.
That's me. And for me, it's not really about the money. Not to say the fact that I don't really need money. I mean, we all do need money. But the number one thing that has been my drive for years is the passion. So for me, doing stuff with these people that you mentioned, it's a thing of passion. It's a thing of the fact that I know that they won't be here for life. And I know that the fact that we need to celebrate them because of the amazing work they've done in the society and for Nigeria and for Africa as a whole. So whether it's a matter of fact that maybe I met them halfway, or went up to them to introduce myself and say, you know what, we can do this thing. It's a case of meeting each other halfway with the project. Like the Ebenezer Bay project. Baba Bay is like is my dad is like my godfather, because his elder sister practically raised me and my siblings. So we've been family friends for like, I don't know, God knows when. So it was just a random discussion, and I think it was after I created the African Drum Festival in Ogun State that led to that information. And I said, Daddy, you know what? We need to do something. And there was this opportunity that came up, and we met each other halfway. It was quite a very tasking project, but at the end of the day, there is a Ebenezer Bay Museum booth at the Federal Government College in Oshele and Abeokuta that you can go to. That just has a lot of one, two, three things about Ebenezer Bay, if you want to know what the man has done and what the man is all about. And same goes for Wolenshenka, same goes for quite a lot of people. Trying to do something for them. For me, celebrating profit is just like a necessity.
Okay.
And that's why I started the project called Timeless Memories, Elastic Effect of Wolenshenka. I think I started like 4 or 5 years ago, and every year we host this exhibition to celebrate and interrogate the amazing body of works Prof has done over the last 60, 70, 80 years. So, I mean, what is there not to celebrate about this man?
Okay, that's actually what I was looking, because I'm thinking, okay, why? Because not everybody will be a fan of a person, and not everybody will cherish what you did. For instance, I'm sure that you are not unaware of the many controversies that the death of the queen has sparked. We should not, I don't even want to get into that, but while some people are praising her, honoring her legacy, celebrating her, others are like, no, that I do not have any business with this human and all of that. So I just wanted to take a peek into your thought process on why Wale Soyinka, why Chief Ebenezer Obey. But you have already said, why not?
Why not? Why not? I mean,
okay.
Let's celebrate them while we still have them around here.
Is there any other person you have on your radar or on your list, or somebody you would like to do this for?
I don't know, anybody, everybody. It's not about even them, because people will probably say I have like soft spot for Chief Ebenezer Obey because it's my, yeah, I do. And also have soft spot for Prof because it's my, yeah, I do too. But it's not really about them. I mean, the entire objective is to interrogate the body of works with any Nigerian and what they've done over the last 60 years. This conversation right now in the next 10, 15, 40 years will be history.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take our first break, and when we come back, we will go to another aspect, and that is culture. And then maybe segue a little bit into religion. You're listening to Smooth Explorer here on Smooth 98.1. We are talking with the man himself, a curator, archivist, historian. His name is Oludamola Adebowale.
Point one. It just feels good.